We start by producing the insulators and other electrical gadgets on the lathe using plastic rods and copper wire. Of course, you could use 3D prints if you have a 3D printer, which we have not. Placed on wooden structures, they resemble the originals quite well. To recreate the scene itself, we have to test fit the figure dummies. As you can see, those consist of resin heads and some parts for the body structures like torso, hips, upper and lower arms, and thigh and lower legs. This facilitates the correct posing of the figures. The joints are set using Magic Sculpt, so the pose is solidified and we don't change it while handling the figure. We pay attention to the correct proportions of the bodies. It is not necessary to reproduce the complete anatomy in the whole. Basic shapes are sufficient here. The supportive arm is part of the hanging figure sculpt, so we briefly join the two figures for a correct fit. Due to the turned head, we need to simulate the neck muscles. The gloves are done with small and thin sheets of Magic Sculpt. Smoothing is done with a bread brush. When the mask has set for a while, we achieve sharp edges by cutting the rim with a fresh scalpel. The climbing gear is done with duro and thin wire. The buckles are 0.2 mm copper wire, carefully bent and glued in place using super glue. Repeated test fits are mandatory to get a satisfying result. How do we get a perfect kissing pose? Use a wire from mouth to mouth. The clothing is done with thinly rolled magic sculpt again, smoothened with a moist brush. Wrinkles are carefully pressed into the partially set magic sculpt. Repeat the process. We move on to the upper body, but the technique remains basically the same. And again, test fit to improve. So far, it's looking good. Let us connect the mouth for a nice smooch. Let us do some hairstyling. Sculpting of hands is always tricky, but more so in this confined area. We drill some holes to fit the equipment later on.